Am I audible now? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, seems to be working now. Hello everyone. I really regret this glitch. It does happen at times. I understand I was not audible for a while. Regret the inconvenience. I will continue with our discussion on the slide. This slide will give you a small glimpse of how various destinations are placed as far as the choices of international students from India, Indian origin destinations are concerned. These numbers, if you look at, will tell you about the current number of students from India studying in a particular destination at current moment of time, across courses, across different years of their education, undergraduate, postgraduate, diploma level courses, everything put together, all inclusive. That's how the numbers look like. Australia is a fairly large destination with approximately 100,000 students. UK still gets a large number. Uh, in totality, approximately 2.64 lakh Indian students study overseas every year, and we remit 27,000 crores Indian rupees on account of their studies overseas. And this number is more than 2.5 times of our annual budget for higher education. I have intentionally kept USA apart from this list. We will try and touch base upon it in the next slide. USA, that's how the numbers for USA as a study destination for Indian students are concerned. The numbers, as per the recent report, have gone up, which have been constant around 100,000, have gone up this year, and that has been something which is very unexpected. They've gone up by 30%. So currently there are 132,000 Indian students studying in USA, which is 15 to 20% of the total overseas international students studying in USA are contributed by India. We are the second largest international student contingent provider to USA, and at the same time, 15 to 20% of the overall international remittances that USA as a country receive on account of export of the higher education are contributed by Indian students. The chart on the right hand side speaks about, since we are speaking about USA, let us have a look at what does that mean in terms of rupee dollar equation. If you look at the chart on your right hand side, will tell you about the rupee dollar equation, and it seems to be a hockey stick curve which seems to be going up for some time now, and that shall be a concern at times for students and parents who plan to study, whether in USA or other countries where international education has to be paid in the dollars. Next slide, which might be of interest to students pursuing USA as a country of destination. These are the employment level statistics of students across various courses, primarily the STEM courses for the post-graduation level. And if you see the income levels, when I say income level, these are the starting employment salary levels. They seem to be going up, and this is basis our internal data, which is approximately to the tune of 20 to 25,000 Indian students who have taken a funding from us. Computers, electrical, mechanical, computer seems to be doing fairly well. 100,000 plus dollar of the compensation packages students are able to generate. These numbers are for the batch starting 2000 starting year. So when I say the batch 2012, that's for the batch which graduated out 2014. Education loan, what does that mean? What it covers as an impetus? The student loan is a loan which can be used to finance the education or higher education of a student. The aspects covered are tuition fee and the living and traveling expenses that a student might incur towards his or her education. A few more finer details. Margin money is the money, your own contribution, which normally banks or lenders of education loan will ask you to. That's your own contribution towards your higher education expenses. Moratorium is one another term that students and parents shall be aware of. There are the two kind of moratoriums, interest and principal moratorium. When you say principal moratorium, during the period of studies, only the simple interest need to be serviced. And when you say interest moratorium as well, is when there is absolutely zero payment or zero outflow during the course of studies of a student. And there are implications for it. We will try and touch base upon it. The way students are structured currently, maximum loan term can be up to a period of 10 years. In some cases, it can go as high as up to 12 years. Another aspect, secured versus unsecured. There are secured loans available and there are unsecured loans available where you need not mortgage any kind of security to avail this loan. Interesting point is registered mortgage or equitable mortgage. In case of a mortgage, the registered mortgage attracts some kind of stamp duty and registration, and these might be extra expenses that a student or a customer might have to incur on account of mortgage registration. Some charges which are advisable to understand: prepayment, part payment, and commitment charges. These are the prepayment and part payment are the charges that a customer will have to pay in case they are foreclosing or part foreclosing their loan. And commitment charge is a charge that lender might charge you in case of underutilization of the sanction limit. For example, if the sanction limit is 20 lakh rupees in Indian currency, and during the course of study, student avails only 15 lakh rupees on the unutilized amount, which is 5 lakh rupees in the example, the lender or the bank might charge you something called as a commitment. Hence, while finalizing the service provided for a student loan, advisable to check and inquire for these expenses as well. And the last point, which again is of relevance, is income tax benefits eligibility. Most of the banks in the financial sector of India are authorized or are eligible to provide income tax benefits. Advisable to ask for a copy of the Gazette of Government of India notification, which authenticates the fact that an organization is eligible to provide you income tax benefits on the student loans. Moving on, education loan, why shall be considered? Continuation of the last point of the previous slide, income tax benefits under Section 80E of Income Tax Act 1961 can be availed for student loan, and these benefits of Section 80E are mutually exclusive of the other benefits of which is 80C and 80B, and there is no ceiling on these benefits. So entire interest that a student or a parent pays to service a student loan can be exempted from the taxable income. Another important aspect of why to consider a student loan, the only asset class in the industry where while the student is studying and a parent is servicing the interest component, a positive credit history is getting created for the student and will eventually help the student to avail a financial product which is better structured in nature by the time they graduate out. Also, the currency fluctuations I shared in the second slide, there has been fluctuations of approx to the tune of 10 to 20% on an annual basis in the currency levels or the rupee on the foreign currency equation, and hence the cost of education might go up while you're studying because you have to pay your fees in the foreign currency. Education loan sanction letter can act as a safety belt or can act as a safety credit limit available with you in case of any kind of currency fluctuations which might impact the cost of education negatively. A very important point, the asset class gives students the opportunity to take their own responsibility, stand up, and emerge as successful corporate citizens. EMI of the education loan will start after course completion, which is not the case with the financial products of which are similar in nature, which can be a personal loan or a loan against property. An interesting slide which might be of relevance to few students out there in the attendee list. The alternate options to a student loan, multiple in nature now available, but one of them especially more relevant and applicable to students which are USA bound, the federal loan which can be availed at the rate of 4 to 6%. The only catch is this loan requires a co-signer or a co-guarantor who can be a green card holder or a citizen from the United States of America. Crowdfunding platforms and income sharing agreement plans, these are recent phenomena, these are recent developments in the industry. Crowdfunding platform is an online platform which students can use to raise credit for various reasons. One of them can be your education. Income share agreement plans are getting popular, especially with overseas students, wherein you pledge a part of your future income to the loan provider currently. Both of these sound very interesting and glamorous, but advisable to tread with a word of caution. You need to understand the implications of various agreements that a student gets into. My personal favorite, alumni funding. The opportunity is interesting in nature. This concept is again getting popular. Alumni funding is a funding which is provided by alumnus of your institute. While the opportunity gives them access to good resources, or say for investment options, when they invest in you, they're investing in a stronger return in their future. So while the cost of funds is cheaper to you, this also puts a student in connect to successful alumni of the institution, and apart from availing funding, you will be able to tap into their professional network and eventually help you in, in seeking employment as well. Scholarships are fairly available to meritorious students. A list of some interesting scholarships can be accessed on our website, which is www.Credila.com. A quick introduction of Credila. We are an HDFC Limited subsidiary, the first and the largest private sector student loan service provider. We are registered with RBI as an NBFC, which is a non-banking financial company. Mrs. Kannad, who's the MD of HDFC Limited, is chairperson of our board. We have successfully disbursed 3,000 plus crores of student loans so far. This number is a little outdated. The number has crossed more than 400,000 applications have been successfully processed by us, and the students financed by us are successfully studying or have completed their studies in more than 33 countries of the world. Some interesting aspects, key aspects of a Credila loan, various products which are on offer to meritorious and bright students seeking education either in India or in overseas. The products are superior. Up to a 25 lakh loan can be made available to you for selective courses without any collateral security. Our strategic advantage is we understand education and we understand this domain, and hence we do not have a ceiling of the maximum amount that can be provided to service your education loan aspirations. So a loan up to 100% of your cost of education can be availed. Our rate of interest is fairly competitive in nature. The way we appraise every application form is we put an individual risk pricing model. That's an algorithm which we have developed, and it is advisable even for students who think that they've got a better loan product from somebody else. You can try and explore your options with Credila as well. If you're a good customer or if you're a good student, we might be able to give you a pricing which is individual to you and not generic in nature. A sanction letter does not attract any kind of charges, so the disbursement, so the interest payment and any kind of payment will start only after you avail funding. PMI options are fairly flexible in nature. The repayment term can go from 10 to 12 years. At the same time, you'll be able to reduce it based on your income levels as they go up. We also provide you online access to your student loan accounts, wherein you can raise various requests. It's very similar to logging into your online banking account, and you'll be able to raise various requests at the same time, ask for money in future in case it's needed. Income tax benefit, as I said, it is advisable to look for this certificate with various service providers, whether they are authorized by the government of India to provide these services. This is a copy of the Credila certificate. Hassle-free education loans. Hello? We also provide foreign exchange services to students, so many times you need to transfer money to your university can be done seamlessly without any hassles. Quicker response time, we have a turnaround time of 7 working days to complete your appraisal of your application form. And as I said, we are also able to provide doorstep service, so a student need not go from pillar to post looking for various aspects of their student loan, right from looking for a legal or a technical evaluation of property involved, to appraising your cost of education, to signing up the documents, to receiving the demand draft or the foreign currency demand draft. Everything can be done from your doorstep, delivered to your doorstep. Credila is one of the very few service providers which are recognized by various universities across the globe as an authentic source of funding to verify the funds available for to secure an I-20. This is a glimpse or a screenshot of the web page of one partner university. And if you look at the point number 3, it speaks about education loan approval letter for getting I-20 from the university. Hence, students can be very assured that universities also accept a Credila sanction letter, and the Credila sanction letter can act as a valid proof of funds to secure an I-20. This is more relevant to students looking for studies in USA. A list of some institutional partnerships that we have apart from this list. This is a very small list. A detailed list is available on our website. You can look at our website and look at various universities where we have a partnership with. When I say partnership with, when a student joins these partner institutes, they are offered a Credila student loan, where Credila is a preferred lender for their students. A quick snapshot of the various attributes which will help a student understand their loans and also understand the difference between Credila. You can avail up to 100% finance, doorstep service, loan amount of over up to 20 lakhs. Yes, it is available. Overall flexibility is there. At rate of interest, as I said, are really very attractive because of our individual risk pricing model. The better the profile of a student and co-applicant, and better our rates of interest will be. A small list of various bank partnerships that we have. These are large institutional partnerships wherein HDFC Limited, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank Limited, HDFC Securities, they are our distribution partners and they distribute a Credila student loan to their customers. And over and above this, we have a long list of partnership of more than 1,000 partnerships across the globe. How to apply? Reaching out to us is fairly simple. You can visit our website www.credila.com or through any response channels mentioned at the footer of this web page. There is a toll-free number. You can SMS to us. You can also email to us at loan@credila.com. Our people will call you. A dedicated relationship manager will visit you, complete the documentation process. Within a time frame of 5 to 7 working days, a sanction letter will be delivered to your doorstep. As I started our discussion with a note that we believe higher education, is the biggest investment an individual can make into his or her life and towards their career. And we actively promote a lot of students to seek education and education loans. Thank you very much for your time. Any kind of questions are more welcome. If you have, we'll be able to answer.
Thanks, Amit. That was a nice presentation. So we have got some questions. So the first one is from Satish. Okay, so what's the time frame for getting loan sanction? I hope Satish have already got the answer during the presentation. So it can be done in 7 days. And how much of loan can I avail without collateral security? That's 25 lakhs. Amit did answer that part in the presentation as well. Any more questions?
Okay, I think we're done with questions as well.
Yes, I think, yeah, that's all. So, all right, yeah, thanks for
All
joining
right.
us. And, yeah, thanks, Amit. So, and thanks, everyone. So, maybe next time we'll have a new webinar. Till then, have a goodbye.
Thank you very much for your time, everyone.